Okay. I just made an attempt to record this using Camtasia Studio 7. I wanted to do that because I was a lot more familiar with the layout on that. Plus, I reckon I could sort out all the noise issues I've had in the last few segments with the clickiness of the keyboard. The problem, however, is that the recorder doesn't want to cooperate. And so as a friggin' result, I can't like record anything on with the Camtasia 8 recorder and then bring it up on 7 for stupid reasons. So Camtasia 7 is now entirely out of the question. I should have also saved a few of these enemies because I actually have one of the challenges of this level is to use these to blow up a whole bunch of the possessed. So that was probably where to do it. That being said, before I do anything else, I'm actually going to go ahead and commit suicide. Reason for this is because there is an Easter egg. Doesn't make much sense, but whatever. Gets it out of the way first. So yeah, there's your Terminator reference. It's... I kind of thought it was a bit weird to have it there, but then I realized that Bethesda was responsible for making Terminator Future Shock as well as Terminator Skynet. And those both came out, I think, in the mid-90s or something like that. They were both pretty decent games. I don't think I actually got an entire grip on them, though, so I haven't actually beaten either one. Okay, so what I can do now is get rid of this guy and draw these enemies over here, hopefully. Yes, this is entirely too bloody pointless, but I want to get this out of the way first, because there's a whole bunch of other shit that we need to do in this level. This is a far cry away from the other levels that we've done so far, because here, it's very much a wide open level. It's not linear in the slightest, except for the last area. So there we go. There's the first of the challenges in this area. That's now out of the way, and we're 2 minutes into the segment already. It's not a problem. I don't expect to get through this in the one segment anyway. I did pick up that data pad, not like it actually matters. We'll get this out of the way first, though. We're going to go ahead and grab the micro missiles for the heavy assault rifle, which we should be switching to immediately. So with this, you want to use your alt fire, and it brings up a stack of 6 missiles. And then you just do that. And the mastery, when you actually, I've not upgraded any of my weapons yet, have I? So I can actually bring this up now. Your weapon upgrade points will be used to purchase upgrades for your weapons. So here you can sort of, with some of these, you can just, reduce this, blah, 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 blah. I will invest in... I'm going to invest in, I think, 2 of these. Or how many do I want to invest in? Yeah, I'll invest in 2 of these. When you purchase one mod, like the first mod you get for the first upgrade that you get for a mod, it will cost you 1 point. Okay, just kind of fell apart with my commentary there for a moment, so I had to cut that bit out. What I was saying is when you get a mod, the first upgrade for it will cost you 1 point, the second will cost you 3, and then the third one will cost you 5. Once you have all of them, it will upgrade. You will have access to the mastery level, and that is just a challenge that you have to fulfill utilizing the mod in question. So here I could, I'll go with this actually, and then I will also go with a bigger boom, and then I'll just leave these other 2 as they are. Praetor suit, I will go with this to switch weapons faster, that's always nice. And this. So when a power up wears off, a damaging blast wave is released. And once I get 2 more, I can get this, and then whenever I pick up a power up, it will heal me instantaneously. It's actually a nice little reference to the old Berserk packs in Doom 1 and 2, because whenever you pick up one of those, it actually puts your health back up to max, or 100% as the case will most likely be. Okay. So there is a point to this area. I believe it's just this hulking motherfucker taking this dead corpse carrying something that we need. And of course it's his hand, because our hand will not work. So instead of taking a generic key, we have to grab a hand. We have to get an hand. So in order to get there, we have to go through here. There's just this random little compartment which serves no other purpose than to hold a dead elite guard. So obviously it is very useful. And then from here you just want to go up, really. That's about it. And I think on the way up we will find this, which will take us to a secret set of 40 armor. There's a little bit of ammo for the heavy assault rifle, and here is our dead body. Kind of just rip the arm off there. That's not looking too good, that arm, but thankfully the fingerprints are intact on it. And the fact that you survived that first shotgun blast is ridiculous. It's unfathomable. So what that's done is it's actually gotten rid of the fire around this door and opened the door. And it's led us to a Gore Nest. The point of this level is to shut down the 4 Gore Nests. You've got to destroy all 4 of them, and then you can progress. So let's get this first one out of the way since we are here. Oh, you did not die instantaneously. You did though, because you got an explosive. And that guy kicked that barrel like, good God. That's like the David Beckham demon right there. If hell was just an alternate universe, then I just killed David Beckham's demonic counterpart. Oh yeah, new enemy. These are exactly like the possessed soldiers, except they are more demonic in the fact that they don't appear to just be like possessed enemies. These are the Hellraisers, and the only real difference aside from aesthetics is the weapon that they use is instead a laser, which I believe they do have to charge up, but they generally have around about the same amount of HP, same amount of just general body. It's literally just, it's pretty much just a pallet swap, really, with the only difference being the weapons. Now, I don't believe there are any other areas here that we can explore. Yeah, so we basically just have to come back the way we came. I will try to keep that in the back of my mind, but I'm probably not going to come back in this direction at all because I've pretty much done whatever I needed to do here. So I believe the next thing I want to do is, well, first I want to get some more ammo for my shotgun, hoping that a couple of glory kills will allow that to happen. But then again, I guess I'm just going to have to take the plasma rifle because we're going to go and have a look at the lever over here, which will net us the classic map for this level. This is probably the easiest one to find because it's literally just right here, kind of in the open. Not that it's not difficult to miss, but it's really not that difficult to, well, it kind of is, but at the same time it isn't. It's not very easy to miss, really. But at the same time, if you're not really that observant, you will just walk past it without even realizing that it's there. Okay, so that guy pisses me off because him and his buddy managed to hit me with their fireballs. So you can... Oh, I really wanted him to punch his head off there, but whatever. Speaking of shields that we were talking about earlier, we'll need that, and we'll also need this. We have another Argent cell. Let's crack this sumbitch open. And this one's going to go on health as well, for the very same reason as the last one. I want to get our health up first. And the awesome thing is, when I upgrade the health with that, it actually brings me to full health. Same thing with our ammo and armor. Actually, I could definitely say that for armor. I'm not entirely sure for ammo, though. But anyways, last map had the first map of Doom 1, and this one has the second map of Doom 1. And of course we've got the music to play in the background to go with it. I believe that was the case for the first 2 levels. I don't think we heard it that much. Either that or was just talking well over the top of it. Anyways, everything is pretty much positioned exactly as it is in the first, and is in fact interactable in the same way. That's why I was able to blow that barrel up to kill that enemy. This would be dark though. I'm not entirely sure what the dynamic lighting thing is supposed to be with here, but I guess I didn't really give a shit. The one thing that you won't find here, though, is the secret. Any good Doom player will know that if you shoot this section of the wall, that it opens up to a secret that leads to a chainsaw. That's not there because, of course, they can't fit too much of the level into this area. So, just going to waltz around. I believe there is a backpack here somewhere that will... Actually, no, the backpacks don't. Are the backpacks in these maps? I don't believe they are. Because if you're supposed to... Yeah. Hello. Yeah, yeah, I couldn't let you do that. But, anyways, I think that's about everything then, because I think I've gotten rid of all the enemies here. Yeah, that's about it. It's not that interesting. It's probably the least. If I picked an area of the second level to have explored, it probably would have been the starting area, but that's not too bad either. It's a nice little mazy area. And the nice effect that you get when you go from the classic area back into this real one is just like, it really feels like you're going through a bit of a time warp. So up here we need the yellow key, so we can't go there. The yellow key, I believe, is somewhere over in this direction, and there is a Gore Nest over here, I do believe. I can find it. Apparently not. There is a guy with a shield though. I believe he does have a separate name. I just can't remember it. Just like I've just never remembered to introduce the fellows with the freaking gas tanks from earlier. Actually, no, I did. I'm silly. I did it in the last part. They're called Possessed Engineers, though, so there you go. If you didn't see that in the segment when I killed my first one, then now you know. But yeah, here's that yellow key. So this area is just about done. There was an explosion over there. If we jump down here, we will find the first of the two collectible dolls of this level. And if we are even able to get up there, we should be able to reach a... Oh, just barely. Should be able to reach a shield of armor for 20 points. Can we make this, though? No, we cannot. Okay. That means that this next thing here is pretty much unavoidable. This is the Hell Knight. If you've played Doom 3, you would probably have guessed it because it's not much different in design from that one. The only real difference is that these guys no longer have a ranged attack, which actually sets them noteworthy in difference to the Baron of Hell, which did not make an appearance in Doom 3, but is, spoiler alert, in this game. I don't think it really counts as a spoiler, though, unless you haven't seen any of the trailers leading up to the release of this game, because it was pretty prevalent when it was first revealed. So, instead, the Hell Knight is literally just kind of your... I suppose it's the closest thing to the Pinky that's not called the Pinky. I mean, the Pinkies are in this game, but it's just the Hell Knights are introduced a little bit earlier than the Pinkies are, because the Pinkies are completely reworked for the most part. And so they just needed like a really savage melee-based enemy, so they went with the Hell Knight there and just sort of took the capability of throwing green fireballs away from him. Right. I don't exactly know how they plan to kill me with that sort of lame-ass setup, but whatever. Where's the... There was an imp. Oh, hello. You can go die in a hole as well. There's some more enemies in here, aren't there? Yeah. And I'm just blowing them to bloody pieces with the shotgun. Oh, that was a pretty savage dodge from something that's meant to be just pretty much brainless by definition. I guess they're being controlled by something, and that something kind of has some level of intelligence to it. Okay, so the fact that we didn't come across a Gore Nest where that yellow key was implies that, well, pretty much confirms that we still have the 3 to go. Now that I think about it, this is one of the areas I was at, and I actually died as a result of doing a glory kill. Like, the glory kill itself didn't kill me, but I was being attacked from 2 different angles by these fellows, and so I got one in a glory kill, and it set me up just perfectly so that the other one could hit me with one of those charge blasts and kill me. So, that in and of itself will remind me to tell you that, as awesome as glory kills are, you kind of have to remember how to pace them, because if you do one in clear sight of a whole bunch of enemies, you're probably going to get beasted on by them. So, there's a nice little pro tip for you. If you're dealing with, I guess if you're dealing with multiple possessed soldiers, that's probably a good idea to wait until you've taken care of all but one of them and then get rid of them. Anyways, second Gore Nest here. Knock you out of the way. Yep, blow you to pieces, always nice. Now let's see if I can get the... Yeah. Oh, hello. Thank you, Hellraiser, for blocking that charged imp fireball. Now, I might be copying... I actually don't know if I get set upon by a Hell Knight here. I don't think I do. I think only 2 of the Gore Nests have... again, assuming that I fought a Gore Nest when I was over at the bloody Yellow Key area. There. 50%. Because that was the second one. There's still 2 more, which I'm pretty sure I have a decent idea of where they are. I like how I got out of that skirmish with 1 point of armor.